Welcome to our presentation on Intel and green energy technology. Hi there, I'm Stephanie Voit, pictured in the middle with my family, and there's Kendall Schumacher on the right with her boyfriend, and Brice on the left with her husband. The three of us are all business majors. I also have an accounting emphasis, and Zana has a history as controller of a very successful family business. The three of us bring different levels of experience and perspectives, and we are really excited to present to you a strategic opportunity for Intel, which we think is both an amazing company and a really incredible opportunity. Gordon Moore authored Moore's Law, which is basically what they call Intel's heritage. The idea that as technology grows, it becomes both smaller and less expensive as time goes by. And this can be seen every day as we look around and our devices now fit in our pockets and so on. This 4004 chip started because a Japanese company came to Intel and asked them to make 12 chips for a calculator, which was the most advanced technology, computing technology at the time. And this company asked for these 12 chips, and Intel said, you know what, I think we can do it in one. And they did. They revolutionized the technology of the day. And what then fit on basically someone's thumb was previously, just 2 days before, taking up the size of a warehouse. This is the power that this company holds. It's just really incredible. One of the things we found most compelling about Intel was the list of strengths that this company can boast. With strong R&D, a market-leading market share, the sustainability practices that this company uses are just incredible. From recycling water to having solar farms to, if you read through the responsibility report of this company, it's like reading through an idealistic report of what we would like businesses to do in the future 50 years from now, and they're doing it today. Strategic partnerships and relationships are another thing that Intel does really well. If you've heard about America's Greatest Makers, the new reality show, I believe it started just recently or it's going to start soon, but it's where people are going to be able to win $1 million, and this is all sponsored by Intel for their inventions. So this company has been doing developer conferences and creating strategic business relationships, as well as influencing governments to create new practices and infrastructure so that new technology can be introduced into new countries for years now. And these are all things that make Intel really amazing. So with opportunities also in green energy technology, that being one of the biggest opportunities in the industry itself, with $360 billion available in that industry, it felt like a pretty amazing marriage for this company and green technology. Of course, the company also has really big margins, and that is what drove 11,000 people to be let go just recently. And that leads us to realize this company needs to diversify its product line so that it can reduce those margins. So this is what led us to Intel's strategic opportunity that we'd like to present to you right now. We believe that Intel is poised to create some of the world's most innovative green energy technology to harness renewable resources and create a better future, which is something that Intel is already really good at doing because of the partnerships, the new markets that they could move into, the core competency that they already hold in using green energy in their practices makes them already able to deal with these types of technology. Plus, the company has such an incredible financial strength and R&D budget, they are poised to take over the green technology industry. So let's clarify here. First of all, renewable energy is not something you can make, right? Certainly you can find new ways to harness it, and you can find new renewable energy, which we believe Intel may just be poised to do. But what we're talking about here is not creating new renewable energy, but finding new ways to harness it and then use it to power devices and all of the things that we use in our everyday lives. So here's where Intel comes in. For example, this green shoe. students in Korea created this shoe that collects kinetic energy from you walking in the shoe. Then you plug your device into the shoe and charge your device. Or the deep green underwater kite. People in Sweden and a UK company, they created these kites that go under the water, collect the movement of the water, harvest that energy, which is 800 times more energy collection than wind turbines. Amazing, right? So Intel can use ideas from all these different places, and they're so good at doing that already by creating these developer conferences and invention contests on TV and so on and so forth, with their innovative relationships and their legislation and ability to get in and make new rules and create opportunities for new countries. Intel is a perfect bridge between the students in Korea and the mass markets, because they have the relationships, they have the manufacturing opportunities, they have the value chain, the supply chain to make this a real possibility for the entire world. Let's get these amazing ideas out into the world. Okay, I know, I'm a little excited, so let's back up here and explain how we plan to implement this idea. First of all, Intel already has their developer conferences, so we would just integrate green technology into these developer conferences, right? Then, of course, Intel would create an R&D department that would work on this, maybe a supervisor, manager who would also help make this work. Intel would use its strategic relationships with Nokia, Microsoft, Google, AT&T, Coho Data, IBM, Apple, Stanford University, MIT, NEC, UCD, Rockchip, Motorola, and so on and so forth to make these things something that can move onto the market. And of course, Intel has the ability to create new relationships, right? So they are the muscle that is going to create green energy everywhere. And what a way to make Intel some serious green, right? They have intelligent people already under their roof. And what we need to do is to harness these people and their ability to create amazing innovations and infuse them with excitement about this idea. And we're going to move on with green technology. In less than a year, Intel could get these things out onto the market. Some great, amazing innovation that's going to change the way we power our devices. Okay, so here's the three-pronged plan. First, Intel creates a green energy technology department. Under that umbrella, there's a manager, a few managers, some R&D people to not only to research and develop their own ideas, but to research and develop ideas that they're going to recruit from the developer conferences, other companies, and so on. And then, of course, there would be a marketing aspect to this that would market the ideas and market the idea that Intel is looking for new ideas. There would also be financial analysis to make sure that this is working right. Zana is going to tell you a little bit about evaluation.
Hello, this is Zana. Because evaluation of renewable resources is a scientific undertaking, we will discuss this in general terms and rely on those in the field who have undertaken this field of study. We believe it is to the best interest of Intel to partner with organizations which specialize in the evaluation of renewable energy and to fully evaluate and control each specific type of energy being used. It is important to note that every nation will have specific properties that make certain types of renewable energy resources more or less readily available. Intel will undergo a financial cost-benefit analysis of each individual project, and we are recommending using a very conservative approach when analyzing. We have listed a few items that need to be considered when deciding on a project. Intel has typically used a 20% R&D budget annually. This amounts to approximately $11.5 billion in 2015. With new startup energy projects, they typically do not see profits quickly. We are recommending Intel increase the current R&D budget to 24%, which computes to approximately $14.2 billion. We are also recommending giving projects 9 months to a year before deciding if they stay or go.
If you've spent any time working on your own family's budget, then you've probably heard of Dave Ramsey's debt snowball. But if you haven't, I'll explain it. We're using this as our idea for how we should implement new products into the market. Basically, you start with the easiest, the first and the easiest, the smallest project or the smallest debt, to use the family's budget example. You pay that one off first, and you continue to pay the minimum balance on everything else. And then once that first small one is paid off, you use that money to go to the next smallest one, and so now you're paying double on that one. And then when that one's paid off, you pay off the third, and so on until your budget to pay off these debts grows larger and larger, like a snowball rolling down a hill. And this is how we suggest that Intel introduce new products to the market. We start with the smallest and easiest. We don't want to go with some big bang that's going to cost them billions and billions of dollars, right? Let's just start with the smallest and easiest. And then use that money once that project starts bringing in some cash, let's use that to continue growing the snowball until we can then 2-3 years down the road add more R&D people, grow the department, and start using the money to create bigger, more amazing green technology products. To determine whether a project is successful or a failure under our plan is relatively simple. Basically, projections should show that a project has the ability to bring in a profit within 9 months to a year. And if the project does that, then it stays on the market and it continues to fund other projects. If it doesn't, it's eliminated and the project snowball continues on. That way, we leave time and money available for new ideas and new projects. Now, here's Kendall to tell you about our balanced scorecard under this plan.
Pictured here, we have Intel's balanced scorecard. The point of a balanced scorecard is to align business activities to the vision and strategy of an organization. As you can see here, we have listed realistic goals regarding financial, customer, internal processes, and ongoing involvement aspects of how we want our business to run. By starting with a strategy and ending with a goal, we can channel where we want each of these aspects to be and when we want them to be there. This is all in relation to Intel's overall vision and strategy.
Industry profiles tell us that hundreds of billions of dollars are available in energy technology, and people across the world are shouting from the rooftops that they want new green energy technology. They want to be able to use green energy. Intel has made the mistake of hanging on to PC profits for too long, and that's why they had to go through the transition just this last week of losing 11,000 people. We vote for Intel to diversify. Go and capture this opportunity and squash the weakness of hanging on to large profit margins in dying industries and move on to industries where it can use so many of its core competencies, strategic relationships, and amazing strengths in R&D and other places. Intel can capture this market. We believe in this company. I'm Stephanie Voit on behalf of Zana Brice and Kendall Schumacher, and we think Intel should change its vision from if it is smart and connected, it is best with Intel, to if it is smart and connected, it is best powered by Intel.